This year's lesson for the last Sunday after Pentecost, we read Luke's version of the Transfiguration. Luke's version is not all that different from the other Gospels, except that the author of Luke makes a comment on the story. After Jesus is transfigured, and after he speaks with Moses and Elijah, Peter gushes, "Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 dwellings here, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." Peter wanted to build 3 tabernacles, and Israel had a long tradition of high places where people had encountered the holy, and which became sites of pilgrimage and intercession. But it was not to be so, and the author of this gospel makes it clear that Peter did not know what he was saying. I think Peter did not know what he was saying because Peter did not know what he was seeing. Peter was so excited about the spectacle that he reacted without taking time to think, without taking time to discern all that was transpiring around him. Peter could see the trees, but he could not see the forest. There is more happening on that mountaintop than a gathering of 3 persons. And we are shown many facets of God in his many colors and identities. And by their mutual appearance, we are shown that these facets and colors all blend together, that none stand alone. That is the big picture, and it is a significant statement. And there is certainly no need for 3 dwellings. So if Peter is missing the forest for the trees, and if the fact that Peter is missing the forest is part of the message, then what can we take away from this reading? What can we learn from Peter's mistake? Well, I think we can learn to stop, to be still, to let God be God. Peter is, as I said, missing the forest because he is caught up with the trees. Can you think of a time in your life when this may have happened to you? Lent is a time for straightening out our relationship with things, both with physical things and with God. Perhaps this Lent, we can stop, we can be still, and we can sit back and let God be God. Perhaps we can make time to observe all that is going on in our lives, and make time to discern. And finally, perhaps we can recognize God's hand at work. Perhaps then, before we move on with our lives, perhaps no one will say that we didn't know what we were doing. I invite you to a Holy Lent.